Hello, Marissa. Unfortunately, my favorite place to film when I am making a vlog for you when it's a beautiful day outside like it is today is currently taken up by tents for filming for Ides of March. Unfortunately, there is nobody exciting in these tents because they're the extras tents, and I'm not an extra today, and I guess all the extras are off doing something spectacular because they're not here. But the only thing that is here are these obnoxious tents that are on the lawn that I want to sit on. So now I'm sitting on a wall, but here you can actually see the tents. Yeah, aren't those obnoxious? And all the way on North U, where I'm looking right now, they have all of like the production vehicles, which is actually pretty cool. But as I said before, nobody exciting is around because they're all indoors filming. I got really excited because they were setting up lights and stuff outside of the league, which is where I was eating lunch today, and I was hoping that they would be filming some scene. What I really want is to be able to see them film some sort of like, death scene or something. I know there's a funeral in the movie, so I don't know who gets killed or what, but like I just think that'd be so cool to see how they would film that and sort of thing, and to see somebody like die over and over again, because as I found out when I was being an extra, they filmed the same scene about 100 times from different angles. But so there's that. I'm still keeping my eyes peeled, waiting for somebody cool to walk up. Yep. But yeah, so anyway, if you've gotten my letter already, or if I've talked to you, you've definitely heard about the fact that I am an extra in Ides of March, because it's pretty much been the most awesome experience of my life. Like, it was really, really cool. I kind of just signed up for it on a whim. I mean, obviously I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to possibly be in a movie. So I did, and I got they made us check boxes for what days we were available, and most people like checked one or something because they didn't want to miss much class, but I, being the Jackie that I am, and never wanting to miss out on an opportunity, checked all of them, which means that, well, I didn't get booked for today or tomorrow, but for Monday and Tuesday I had to skip all of my classes. But, I mean, it's worth it, to be completely honest, because it was just so much fun. So, like, on Monday, I had to go there at 5 o'clock. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because filming was up on North campuses and the buses don't run that early. So I had to wake up and take my bike, which, if I can't remember if I told you or not, is broken. So, yeah, the chain keeps on going ka-chunk, 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 and then falls off. But I managed to make it to North Campus because it's mostly downhill, and I found that a broken bike can actually take you pretty far if you're going downhill. So, there was just a lot of getting off and pushing it uphill when I would encounter an incline. But anyway, so I got there well before 6, probably like, I don't know, 5:40 or something, and then just hung around, and they put us all like in an extras pen and gave us breakfast, which was beautiful, like, and it was good, like hot, had hot sauce to put on it. It was delicious, and plus I was starving. And then, they checked out our wardrobe, made sure that, we weren't gonna look like complete fools, and then we kind of just sat around a bit, and I was like, I knew that I would see at least George Clooney because he is directing it and acting in it, but I didn't quite realize like how, well, I mean, like how when you're there for hours is how much time you get to like, I mean, I didn't get desensitized to him by the end because I still like get giddy excited whenever I even think about seeing him because I'm in love. But anyway, but like, so we went into the auditorium where we're filming, and it was like, there was a stage in the middle where he was sitting, he was doing a debate thing, and there was the audience on 3 sides, and then so I was like on this side of him. If he was sitting here, I was like right here behind him, and I was in the front row. So then like in between takes, he would like go wander off somewhere and then like wander around set checking the cameras, but like if he wasn't too busy, which was most of the time, like he would just like, he just seemed to have a lot of downtime. He would come over and just like start chatting with us, and I think I wrote in your email about one of the funny things he said, but he was just so friendly and so funny, and he was like constantly like on, like not constantly acting, just constantly like trying to entertain people. And I mean, I guess most of it was like he was probably pretty bored and was trying to to entertain himself, but he was so funny, just like nicest person ever. Like, I don't know how he is if you talk to him one-on-one, but he was just, I mean, he's so cool. He's like my idol now. So that was neat. And then what else interesting is there to tell you about filming? No exciting people walking up yet, and I'll have to go to class in about 10 minutes. So I don't know if I'm going to be in the actual movie yet. I'm going to have to wait. It comes out in October, so I'm going to have to wait till I see it, which is going to be a stressful experience because I'm just going to be sitting there the whole time whenever there's any like debate or speech. I'm going to be like, am I there, scouring the crowd. But I know I like place myself in the room, so I know where to look for myself, and I obviously know what I was wearing, which is a maroon shirt and a white sweater. So keep that in mind. And in the Kent State speech scene, I'm in front of these people that are holding up a bunch of like it's like a line of them, and they're all holding up signs. It's more like MORRSIS for Morris, and I'm right in front of them, literally. So I'll just look for them and then spot myself. And then in the other scene, I'm just in the front row, so that shouldn't be too hard to find myself. But there were a couple angles that they took that I know that if they use those angles, I'm definitely in it. But I mean, you know how films work. I mean, they take 100 angles and only use like 3, so you never know. But I'm having my fingers crossed, so even if I'm not in the actual thing, I mean, it was still like the greatest experience ever, and it made me definitely know for certain that I want to go into something with production, because it just, I don't know, the whole environment was just so energetic and awesome. And I do still want to study screenwriting, but I'm not sure if I want to do that for my career. I feel like that would be just a lot of writing without a lot of, you know, tangible results. Because I mean, you could write 100 screenplays and like none of them could ever be turned into movies, and then you're just stuck with a stack of paper that nobody even wants to read, because nobody just goes and reads screenplays if they're not for a film. So I mean, I think that would be a good thing to study, just because just doing a film major is kind of okay, whatever. And if I like, the screenwriting is what really would set me apart. But I think I would end up doing it more maybe as a hobby, or like as just the more you know kind of thing, and maybe get into it later, kind of do it more like freelance rather than trying to make that my career. I would love to have some sort of career in production, whether it's just like cameraman assistant, or even like the person that goes like mark before they start filming, like just anything like that, just to be in that whole atmosphere would be so cool. Or alternatively, I could be a professional extra, which apparently you can actually do because they pay you minimum wage, so it's no different than any other minimum wage job. So cool, man. It was actually a lot more boring on Tuesday because there were more extras there, so there was less Jackie and George time. But yeah, Nicholas actually gets very annoyed whenever I think he's mostly kidding, but whenever I mention his George Clooney, because I'm in love with George Clooney, so I can see how he would feel insufficient compared to that. So, but yeah, whatever. Let's see what else is new. So I want to hear all about Arkansas. Is that where you are? Yeah, because I haven't heard from you in ages, and I know you're in some weird random state. So, but anyway, I want to hear about that when you get back, and maybe you'll make a video blog about it, in which case I could watch it, perhaps. I wrote you a letter, which I still need to put in the mail, but it basically says the same stuff that I'm saying here, so it might be a little redundant, and it's not very long, but I wrote it, so I feel I might as well send it, though this probably kind of makes it obsolete. So, yeah, sorry about that. But, oh, that was another funny thing. So, my friend Sonia always says, like, she talks completely normal voice, except whenever she says the word out or about or anything with the out sound at the end, she says oot, like out and about, like a Canadian. So we always make fun of her for that, and it's just become a long-running joke. But what was really funny was that when we were filming, George Clooney's, I guess it was the assistant director, said something and he said out, and Mr. George Clooney's just like, what did you say? It's like, where are you from? Like, what was that? And then he just, every time he would talk then to this assistant director, he'd be like talking in a Canadian accent, and I was just dying, because I'm just like, I need to introduce Sonia to him, because he would just have a field day. Like, he was even more ruthless than we are about it. It's great. Out and about. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. So that's what's new in Jackie Land. Brushes with fame and a new love of my life. summer is coming up, and though I really don't want to leave Ann Arbor, I do want to see you. So I am excited for it. I want to see you.